This is one of the rarest and most shocking videos that a CCTV camera has ever captured. Before your eyes is an image of a dog, and the terrifying part is that this dog is about to face one of the most horrifying moments it could ever encounter. As usual, I'll let you watch the video, but before we get to that part, let me provide you with some background information. Since this video has only recently been circulated, I don't have many details about its origins. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned that it was recorded by a CCTV camera on the night of September 28, 2024, right on the porch of a house, with the primary purpose of monitoring the parked motorbike in front. However, I don't know the exact location. Therefore, I can only make an assumption. I'm assuming that this video was taken at a house possibly deep in the woods to fit the context better. Why do I say that? Let's take a look and see. The dog in the video suddenly notices something. I can clearly see the panic in its eyes as it frantically runs around, disoriented without any hesitation. This made me wonder what could have frightened it so much. Shortly after, another dog appears from behind the motorbike. It sees its friend running forward and quickly rushes out. But the strange thing is, it doesn't seem to know what's happening. Instead, it just stands there confused, staring in the direction its friend had run, perhaps still trying to make sense of the situation. Then all of a sudden, it turns around and perhaps fear starts to rise within it. It begins barking loudly, backing away when it realizes that standing before it is a creature that looks like it, but is actually a leopard. At that moment, the tension rises, as I know that leopards are always a terror to most animals. The most surprising part is that the leopard suddenly runs away right after that, in a strange manner. I assume it may have sensed that the homeowner was waking up, or something else caused it to quickly flee the scene. This video was recorded on April 6, 2024, by a security camera at a house on Flapperfold Lane in the town of Atherton, Greater Manchester, England. For this second video, I've put in a lot of effort to gather all the related information to provide you with the most comprehensive details. And don't hesitate to support me with a like, share, and subscribe. Now, back to the video. In the opening scene, you can see a little girl playing with her bicycle right in front of the house, while in the distance, a crane is lifting a shipping container into the air. I've given you the basic information. Now let's see what happens next.
Hello, I'm underneath it, like a picture. Not like here. From here. Quick, run! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Alright, okay, you're alright. Yeah, we're alright, don't worry.
Fucking hell.
Honestly, we're alright, don't worry.
The little girl is preparing to ride her bike outside to play. But as soon as she steps out the door, she can't take her eyes off the container being lifted by the crane. It seems like she senses something unusual, so she hesitates and decides not to go out. Just inside, close to the door, her mother is talking to someone and appears to have sensed the looming danger. Immediately, she calls for her daughter to run back inside quickly. And just as the mother predicted, shortly after, the crane and the container begin to topple toward the house. The screams of a man inside, along with the sound of metal crashing, create a chaotic and tense atmosphere. Fortunately, the container only stopped right in front of the house, but the crane had split the roof in two. According to some local newspapers, rescue teams quickly arrived at the scene right after the accident occurred. Thankfully, no one was injured, and everyone in the house was evacuated to a temporary safe location. This shocking dashcam footage was recorded on March 12, 2024, on Shore Road, Belfast, Northern Ireland, United Kingdom. It shows a car moving on road. This stretch of road is undergoing renovations on the left lane, which is a very important detail to keep in mind.
See the way they've closed that off and all. I think they've done a well job. The way they've closed it, and they haven't. The only time this week. You're okay! You're okay!
As the car moves along, you can clearly hear the women discussing the road construction along Shore Road, while the left lane is completely closed off due to ongoing repairs. The car they are driving passes over a bridge, and just ahead is an intersection when, suddenly, a heavy piece of equipment, believed to be a massive device used for pressure testing in pipelines, gets launched into the air from behind the road barricades and flies straight towards the car, smashing into the windshield of the vehicle, completely shattering the glass and damaging the front of the car. The women immediately become frantic, screaming in fear, as the dashcam footage goes black and chaos ensues. One of the women yells in panic while her friend desperately tries to reassure her, repeatedly shouting, "You're okay, you're okay."
You're okay! You're okay!
According to some local news outlets, the massive piece of equipment is believed to be a rubber wrecking ball used for pressure testing pipelines. Fortunately, no one was injured in this terrifying accident, though the car was severely damaged. This next shocking video was captured by CCTV in a grocery store in Vietnam in mid-May 2020. On screen, you can see a family of 4 having dinner after a long day of work in the sweltering heat. Their meal looks quite complete, but something seems to be missing. The family appears to be very satisfied with their dinner. They are sitting under a ceiling fan, enjoying the cool air, and one of the women, who just finished serving a customer, is preparing to return to her meal. Suddenly, the ceiling fan above them, right over where they are sitting, begins to wobble. It tilts to one side, then abruptly falls straight onto the dining table in just a split second. According to the information I gathered, May in Vietnam is part of the summer season, when the weather is often extremely hot, with temperatures exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. This sweltering heat played a role in the little girl sensing the danger. When the fan began to wobble and tilt away, the oppressive heat from the ceiling prompted her to look up and notice the malfunctioning fan. As soon as she realized the danger, the little girl immediately screamed to warn her family. Her mother, standing nearby, quickly grabbed her and moved them both out of harm's way. The incident happened suddenly, but thanks to the girl's quick reflexes and keen awareness, the family escaped danger just before the fan came crashing down. Shortly after, the father of the family, with admirable calmness, assessed the situation and slowly moved toward the electrical switch to cut the power, preventing further risks from the faulty fan. This heart-stopping Vim India was captured by a security camera around 10 a.m. on September 14, 2023, at a major intersection. Traffic was moving normally until something unexpected occurred. In the distance, a car appeared, moving into the intersection to cross to the other side. Suddenly, a motorcycle carrying 2 men sped down the road and crashed directly into the front of the car. In a miraculous turn of events, the 2 men flipped onto the car's hood and landed safely on the ground, as if they were performing a stunt from an action movie. Since the camera was positioned at a low angle, it's unclear if the intersection had traffic lights, but the collision happened so fast that there was no time to react. In most countries, large intersections like this typically have traffic signals to reduce the risk of accidents.